Elon Musk says this is war. Not happy with the new report that was released from Paul D. Thacker in conjunction with Matt Taibbi. Remember, Matt Taibbi brought us a bunch of those Twitter files and revealed a lot about how the censorship operation and infrastructure around the world works. And in this case, they were working to literally, you can see it here, kill Musk's Twitter. That was on their agenda. What do you wake up in the morning to do? I want to have a great day at work, be a good husband, be a good father, be a whatever, right? Be a good employee, whatever. They wake up, kill Elon and his companies. So here are the exclusive documents. Elon says, all right, enough of this crap. We're tired of it. Here's what Paul D. Thacker wrote. He says, we're reporting on this. There's this organization called Center for Countering Digital Hate, which is one of the most hateful organizations in the world because they don't let people speak freely so that they can gobble up power, which means they're in opposition to humanity. So they said, we're working with Matt Taibbi. We got documents from this showing that the Labor Party's political fronts, their objective is to kill Musk's Twitter through advertising focus, meaning harass his advertisers, right? Take all the money away. Whistleblower released these documents, and X right now is so important. I don't think we can understate this enough. And I think oftentimes we glean over it. But if they still had control of X, think about all the stories that we would not have seen and how this election would be so different without this new open forum to discuss these issues. In fact, we might still have Joe Biden, right? You might have a whole different arena if we did not have X, which is just a little bit of a safety valve for some of the free speech to escape from the fortress. And it's been amazing. So what we have is more documents. Paul D. Thacker writes, Internal Center for Counting Digital Hate document. It shows their annual objective is to, quote, kill Musk's Twitter. You see it. It's right there in their document. This is their internal monthly planner. Their goal is to also trigger regulatory action, although they are tax exempt. So monthly priorities, they're not really concerned about that. Stuff that is on the back burner, not too worried about that. Annual priorities, though, kill Musk's Twitter. Advertising focus to eliminate X. Trigger EU and UK regulatory action to eliminate X. Progress towards change in the USA and support for Star. So these people are going to utilize all of these European functions to eliminate our ability to speak freely in the United States. Here is the plan, May 31st, Friday. U.S. policy engagement. Set up meetings with Klobuchar's team, Amy Klobuchar, to seek a quote and a press release endorsement. Now, they also held, this organization, private conferences with a slew of liberal groups organizing against Musk, including the Biden White House, our own Democratic so-called American citizen colleagues working to censor free speech. They've also got pencil neck Adam Schiff in here, who got censured because he's a liar. And Biden-Harris State Department officials were also colluding. Canadian MP Peter Julian and Media Matters for America, all joining in with countering digital hate so that they can go after Elon and the last bastion of free speech that's a major platform in America. He says, Center for Countering Digital Hate gets a lot of money from Hollywood. Staff say that one of the donors is Selena Gomez, a client of Aline Keshishian. And I don't know who those people are. But read all the documents here. And I did pull those up because they have a Substack. And here is what it tells us. There are some more items. We saw this. Here is what shows up on the other monthly meeting entries. March 5th, kill Musk's Twitter. January 8th, kill Musk's Twitter. 10/6, this month, kill Musk's Twitter. That is their one thing. Why? Because it is enabling people to question their fake narrative, and they just can't stand it. So there's a great report, man. Look at all this detail here. Question on lobbying is in this document. If it is anything that Congress could have a vote on, it counts as lobbying. Imran needs that to be checked, and if necessary, register a C4 ASAP. Now, they gained tax-exempt status by registering as a 501c3, but then they're doing a bunch of lobbying, and they're talking about that. How is there no legislation that can be used to hold them accountable? There will be sustained pressure on Meta, Facebook, in the next year, says Imran Ahmed. Next year on kids and harms and weaknesses in their flank can help us drive the accountability agenda. Simple story, and we now know they knew about it for years and did not take action. Simple accountability point. How can they not be liable? How is there no legislation to hold them liable? This guy, Callum Hood, says, there will be three major things competing for our time after MSI. Anti-Semitism, of course, kids, and election disinformation. Yeah. However, there are one or two things that we can do here that will work. This will help us inch towards our goal of regulatory action. They say that together, they want to suppress dissent and enforce narratives that are friendly to Biden and Harris and the Democrats. The CCDH, the same organization, was also referenced in the Twitter files. Here's a quote. I hope you will take decisive action to prevent them from endangering people's safety anymore, said Imran Ahmed in July 2020, while forwarding this email about the disinformation dozen, right? All the anti-vaxxers, all of these things, Imran Ahmed says they need to be silenced. Here are the people they were meeting with. And so there's a whole operation that is in place. And this is a heck of a report. People are not responding to requests. Many of the staff remain hidden at the CCDH, but one of Ahmed's most critical employees is Callum Hood, the head of research. Hood has never fully disclosed his ties to the British Labour Party, but it sounds like they have the same problem over there. Censorship by the government, for the government, opposed to the people. If they have free speech, then they're not going to be brainwashed by their fake, false narratives. And you have things like Brexit. You have things like a Trump election victory and more, and they cannot allow that to happen. So we'll keep our eye on what Elon says is going to happen in response to that. He's saying this is war. Meanwhile, the Justice Department is launching their own little war against him. Bunch of people are now saying, you can't give money away to people. You're giving $1 million to Americans who sign a pact that says that they love the First and Second Amendment. Oh my gosh, that's criminal. And so former GOP lawmakers, whoever they are, officials urge Garland, Merrick from the DOJ, to investigate Trump. The Justice Department confirmed that AG Merrick Garland got the letter, but it declined to say whether it is investigating Musk or his PAC. Yeah, so we got it. Lawmakers, advisors, and Justice Department officials have called on AG Garland to investigate Elon for his $1 million prizes. The letter that was sent over to them say that Musk violates federal voting laws that prohibit people from paying to register to vote. Musk announced on Saturday $1 million a day. We played some of the clips here. They're very fun. The former officials who signed the letter to Garland in Pennsylvania argue that Musk's petition is disguised as a voter drive, and he's bribing people to register. The DOJ confirmed that Garland did get the letter. He's like, oh yeah, it's my favorite. But it declined to say whether it's investigating Musk. I'm sure they are, okay? Musk has already awarded 2 voters in Pennsylvania the $1 million prize, is offering $47 for everybody who signs the petition. They say, we're aware of nothing like this in modern political history, and we urge you to investigate Elon. We recognize that they are framed as payments for a petition, but many of the payments are only restricted to registered voters, so anyone who wishes to get paid must first register. And so it's one step. He's like, oh, Elon's too smart for them. The law they're accusing Musk of violating carries up to 5 years in prison. And so they're nervous, man. And they should be nervous because Elon is sending and catching rockets into the sky. All right. It's like insane. He's also built a Dyson sphere around our planet to beam internet to everybody on the globe. Then he recreated Tesla's electric vehicle, and the list goes on. So when Elon Musk says, we're going to win Pennsylvania, dang it, you got to start asking yourself, all right, that might not be good for us. And he might be onto something. And of course, the DOJ did confirm that it got that request. Scott McFarlane's confirming the same. The request has been received because there are serious questions under the law. So Elon's being targeted by our government because he's a lot more competent and capable than our government. And even he is recognizing that they have failed and that it's time for a change. They don't want that change. So they'll use their power to continue to become a thorn in his side, which is why it makes sense why he's so in favor of President Trump, who doesn't operate the government in this dictatorial manner. So Elon declares war. We'll see what his next moves are.